Hello and welcome, I'm Mystical. This is Mystical Gaming and we're jumping into Watcher Realms, and we're going to be going over Gear Dungeon 2 stages 7 and 8. It'll be a complete walkthrough on stage 7, and then stage 8 we just show the differences, how we bolstered the team, that sort of thing. There's not much change between 7 and 8, so we'll just do a quick overview on actually the differences there. Now, I was asked to go through it. I asked if there was any champions people wanted omitted from there, so they've said, can you not use Volker, can you not use Eloin, Xena, so that sort of thing. So we've gone through it and we've come up with a team that doesn't use any of those. I've kept it free to play, is it? I don't know, maybe not, but I think the heroes there are changeable. You can swap them in and out for what suits your account really, more than anything else. So yeah, we'll jump into it and we'll have a run through it, and any questions, put them down in the comments below if you want to know if you want to swap out some heroes, that sort of thing. We will try and do stages 9 and 10 later on this week, but there's a lot coming on with the summons and that sort of thing, so who knows, we might get caught up in all of that as well. And we've got the new patch that's coming on the Forerunner as well. That looks fantastic, so we've got some stuff to do with that as well. Okay, right, let's jump into the run though. Okay, so this is a team we're going for. Plenty of flex within the team. You can change it up or mix it around to whatever sort of suits you or suits your account really. So feel free to sort of chuck in an extra healer or some more DPS, or you know, whatever suits you or wherever you feel you're lacking. And don't just use epics and that sort of thing. If you've got a legendary that's better, put them in and go for it. Don't try and get your account to come down to this sort of level. Okay, right then, let's jump into the actual run itself. Right, so Edith goes down first. I prefer her knockback over everyone else's. If I don't have her, then I'd use the 3-star Borat, because I just prefer being in control of it rather than RNG aspect of it. Then Estra goes down. I want her down because her ultimate takes up a bit longer to get around, so get her down as quickly as possible. Now this is where Estra really comes in. So this is the mob we've got, okay? A tormented banshee. When she dies, as she has here, she turns into a spectre upon death, dealing damage to all targets within 2 tiles. There we can see everyone around us taking that AoE damage. The spectre disappears after 12 seconds. We've got 12 seconds of this before it disappears. When disappearing, the spectre deals the very worst kind of damage it can to all targets in range. That's fatal damage, so that's always bad. We don't want that, and that's why we need that knockback effect, and why I prefer Edith or the 3-star, because it's guaranteed. You hit their ultimate, boom, the knockback will happen. Everyone else seems to be very much more RNG based, which isn't fantastic, particularly if you release the heroes saying they can take this lane out all by themselves, which rock, they can't. So they're my sort of 2 choices. After that, the Northern Law goes down, getting a bit more tanky up there for that top lane coming down, and then down on that left hand side. Okay, and that is about it. That's our team relatively set up. So we are pretty good to go now. Now I fire Estra's ultimate off early. I do this because she's got a long ultimate and it gives me time for it to build back up. I want it to end as soon as she kills the boss, not kill the boss and have a lot of ultimate left. So that I want her to kill the boss, ultimate ends, and then she starts building it back up again. That's what I'm ideally after. And then on that left hand side and on that bottom, we are just using our DPS, AoE and everyone down. All is good in our little world. Now the top, we've put our tank down at the top, so we're only using a tank there. This is what happens. So what we're doing is we have a ritual summon, flesh or spirit, and they take various types of damage, but that's not a concern of ours. The bit that's a concern of ours is the second part of this. If the clone isn't destroyed within 60 seconds, it will detonate violently, opposed to a non-violent detonation, dealing massive damage to all targets within 3 tiles. So that means there's a lot of tiles we can't use. Okay, the tile one above Edith, that one we can't use. Okay, that's about as far down. One in front of Edith, we can't use that as well. We can on this level, but we can't use them because of that explosion. Okay, that's where the explosion is going to take out. It's 3 tiles. Just bear that in mind. But other than that, tank is up there just tanking away. Okay, no issues whatsoever. We will just let it explode. That's essentially it. It's going to destroy itself. We don't have to do any work. Makes our life a little bit easier, and it's always nice to have our life a little bit. Obviously, when it does explode, then we're going to have some work to do, because then it's going to take out our tank, which is why we've got a spare tank. We've got a Baron as well. So when the explosion happens, then we'll be able to swap over and put our Baron in place. Okay, so it takes 60 seconds, but you'll get a warning beforehand as well. So the boss, there we go. The boss is just bringing out the next one. And there's our big explosion. There's our tank dead. We put down our Baron. 60 seconds. Here we go. Let's start counting down. It's only going to take 55 seconds or so before we get a respawn, so we can just swap our tanks over all day without any issue whatsoever, and they can keep destroying themselves. We haven't got to worry about doing any damage up there on that top at all. All we've got to worry about is Estrid's ultimate and dealing with the mobs down on the bottom as well. So any two AoE physical damage dealers you've got can go in these slots. Okay, doesn't have to be Estrid, doesn't have to be Boo, can be anyone you like. So chuck in your best ones. Okay, make life as easy for yourself as you can. Now we've got Baron up there. Now Baron does a couple of things. He's absolutely awesome for this. Look at that, he's taking loads of damage, but now he's taken so much damage, he's gone this bright yellow colour. Now what that means is he's now gone unyielding. So this is what Baron does. He's got this immortal wrath. And upon receiving fatal damage, enters unyielding. That's what he's gone at the moment. We can see his damage bar, his health is all gone. He's now this subtle sort of yellow tinge attached to him. Okay, unyielding, where he stays alive for 8 seconds. When the unyielding ends, he deals AoE damage, but not about that. This can be triggered at 1 time per deployment. Now we have got him awakened, so if you've got him awakened, you'll get an extra 3 seconds on the unyielding, which is nice. And also, if you want him awakened 5, then he will recover 50% of his HP. So we'll have a quick look at that. So there's his unyielding. That's going on for the 8 seconds. Boom, there it ends. That was his HP being given back to him. Then you trigger his ultimate, and his ultimate puts on this big shield. 105k health you've just given him, and then that's it. That's all you've got to do with Baron. Just make sure you trigger his ultimate, and that's it. End of the unyielding, he gives himself 50% HP. When he's got that 50% HP, hit his ultimate, boom, there you go, he's dead. And then if you get the right square, you put your tank back down. There we are, all good. And our tanks will swap back over. Another minute before the next one, Baron will be back in plenty. There we are. That's how we're dealing with the top lane. It's nice and easy to deal with it. We don't have to worry about swapping over. We don't have to worry about what damage to bring. We don't have to think about, do I need Xena or someone else do magic damage or a Hex or anything like that. Nice and easy. Tank up there, swap them over, forget about it. Okay. Now, the only issue I've got is Estrid. Now you see that she's just used her ultimate to kill everyone off, but she's not going to get her ultimate back round. She's only just finished it now. So the time the mobs come back round, she's not going to have her ultimate back up. That's why I've brought them all in, really. But anyone there who does slow, AoE damage, freeze, any of that sort of stuff is good. Or you could bring another rage regener, or you could bring somebody who does AoE damage to take them out, just to help out. You could put another tank in there. There's plenty of options you've got available to you. I've just gone with more because he's nice and easy to use. Remember at the bottom there, that's our second pushback from our Banshee, so they've been pushed back, that's good. And our tanker just at the top has died, and we swapped over and put Baron on. There we go. And then we've got our ads around at the left hand side all coming through, but we can use Maul there as well as Estrid. So there we go, Maul slowed everyone down. It's giving Estrid enough time to have her ult back up. Estrid's going to nuke everyone down, and that's it, done. We can then start recalling people, nice and easy. There's the we've done what, 41 out of 48. That's pretty much it done. That's the top and the left hand side are all done now. Sorry, that top coming round to the left hand side. We've got Baron almost dead up there. That's fine, there you go. His now health has gone, so he's at the yielding state. So we know we've got about 8 seconds. We're ready on his ultimate. As soon as he comes out of the yielding state, 50% health, boom, triggers ultimate, big shield. There we go. And then we're just waiting for that boss to die, or that summoned Spectre to die. Once they're dead, then we'll be able to swap our tank out. And again, there we go. That's it. There's the boss dead. Got our next tank down. And that's it really. That's the fight sort of done. Now it gets a bit boring and you've just got to sort of sit around, enjoy a cup of tea. So we've got sort of 10 seconds or so to go. There's nothing more you can do. You're just waiting for your DPS to come back round. Once your DPS has come back round, you can put your DPS up there, take care of those last 3 mobs. Just bear in mind the tank's up there. Make sure you've got the Bastion's ring on, just so you've got enough block there. When you start getting these 3 and the boss, then one could walk past, which is just going to be annoying for you. So it doesn't need to be leveled up as long as you've got enough defense and HP to take the damage they're dishing out. Then it doesn't have to be leveled up, but you do need one for that additional block. That's enough, really. Okay, so there we go. That's them down and done. We are good. There we are. That's the fight all done. First time through, we should see first time reward come up, which is a bonus. First time reward, happy days. All gone through without any issues whatsoever. So as you can see, we've done stage 8 already. I just do a quick fight in there. There you go. I've chucked in an extra healer and I chucked in another tank just in case. I don't think I use the extra tank, but it's just gets it was getting a bit tight at the top for me, so I took an extra tank just to be safe more than anything else. The beginning part is all the same. There's no real difference. First real difference is where I put my healer. Sorry, but so the healer changes and goes over one tile to the right, and then that way I could have my second healer in here and more rage regen as it gives me, but then that means I can put more here as well. So other than that, it remained the same. The bottom here was a little different. I just felt like I could do the extra healing and more came down here because I can't use that tile in of Edith. So that's realistically the only change I did with regards to placement. So even if you're doing 7, you may want to think about changing your placement to look like that as well. Okay, that's it. That was all we did differently. Like I said, I don't think I used the second tank, but I took one just to make my life a little bit easier, and you should as well. Absolutely, 100%. You should make your life as easy as you can. Right, so gearing wise then. There we go. Gear. I don't think it's too far out. Guardians and HP percent. Okay. Artifact. Got that artifact because it's more of a blocking type scenario. There's my my non-free-to-play hero, I suppose, but feel free to use anyone down there you like. And plenty of people use a Volker, so you can use a Volker down there, but you don't have to. Tank, there you go. He's just in some random, not good tier 3 stuff. Most of it's defense as opposed to HP, but he's pretty unkillable. But again, artifact, make sure he's just got the Bastion on, and then more. I don't know what more's in. There we go. There's a set more's in. I haven't touched him for years. Fully upgraded. Gotcha. There you go. But you can put anyone else you like down there. Now the other one that is well geared now, Estrid. She's in probably some of my better Soulbound Arcana stuff. So there we go. She's what attack? I presume it's attack all the way down. Yeah. So attack all the way down, and then she's in the AOE fighters. Healer that we didn't use, but I was going to use on the second time around. What are you in? There you go. Invig set. Up attack, more usable for rage regen and a little extra healing. She just sort of helps out more than anything else. Not a requirement. I'd use any healer you like. She's in defensive stuff because damage scales off the fence. Whether I need her for damage or not, I don't know. Maybe you might need her built for damage if you're running a Volker, so you've got less damage output there. And then she's got the Bastion's ring on just to help out with that block. Hollow, what are you in? Nothing too fancy, I don't think. Attack, there we go, attack speed and healing effects, so nothing too great. Mostly in there I want for her ultimate Her ultimate causes this to go off, and she does a bit of rage regen. So that's why we picked Hollow as opposed to anyone else. But feel free to chuck in a couple of healers if you're doing it. I would. Why limit yourself? And then we've got Baron, knees just in, HP percent, HP percent, and it's a Guardian set. There we go. That's Baron. They don't need to do anything other than block a lot. That's it. So as much HP and much defense as you can cram on them. Stick your Bastion's ring on them and let the boss blow them up. There we go. There's Bronia, but we didn't use him. But he's there if we took him. If I wanted to, he's another tank. Doesn't have unyielding, but he has that sort of ice block thing going on for himself. Okay, so that's 7 and 8 done. Any questions? Drop in the comments below. If you're using different teams, please drop them in the comments below. It is really helpful for people coming on through. If you haven't got heroes like this and you're wondering who to use, either ask in the comments below or have a quick read of them, because people do quite often put their teams down and who they've used where, and that can be really helpful for you. Okay, so thank you to all those people who do that as well. Okay, right, thank you very much for your time. I'll see you in a video again soon. If you could give me a thumbs up, like and subscribe when you're out the door, it'd be much appreciated, and I'll see you all again soon. Thank you very much. Cheers.